Recently, Georgia sheriff's deputy had pulled in a guy named Matthew Ajibade, okay? Now, they were investigating him on charges of domestic violence. They brought him in, and his family says that he has bipolar disorder, so he kind of flipped out, and they had to handcuff him. So far, there's nothing wrong with this story. Cops got to go. They want to make sure that nobody gets hurt in the domestic violence issue. They bring him in. They got to handcuff him. No problem, right? So, and then they wound up handcuffing him and shackling his feet as well. So, okay, if they think they have to do that. So far, again, not that big a deal. Then they tasered him until he died. So now that's where we pick up the story. A former Georgia sheriff's deputy convicted of using a stun gun on a restrained detainee who later died alone in his cell was sentenced on Friday to 1 month in jail and 3 years probation. So here they actually did try him, and he got 1 month for killing the guy. 1 month. 1 month. Do black lives really matter? Oh, yeah, of course black lives matter. Oh, cop lives matter. No, cop lives matter a lot. Apparently that kid's life was worth 1 month in jail, but it's about to get worse. First, let me describe to you how he died. A video later released showed Kenny, that's the officer involved, shocked Ajibade 4 times with a taser while the Nigerian man's hands and feet were shackled. A local coroner ruled the student's death a homicide by blunt force trauma. By the way, he was 21 years old, okay, studying here in the U.S. They shocked him and shocked him and shocked him while he was shackled. What does that remind you of, by the way? Okay. Oh, right, of course. He's black, and they shackled him, and they hit him with a bullwhip, a taser, until he died. Now, here's the part where it gets worse in terms of the punishment the cop is receiving. His conviction for cruelty of an inmate carried jail time for up to 3 years, but significantly shorter jail time was not the only way Chatham County Superior Court Judge James Bass issued a more lenient sentence. He also allowed the former deputy to serve his time on the weekends. So if a cop kills a 21-year-old black guy by tasering him to death while he's shackled, he gets to come in on weekends to serve a 1 month jail sentence. Now let's reverse the cases and see what happens. And I don't care who you are or how deeply conservative you are, you know I'm going to be right about this. Imagine that Ajibade had somehow captured a cop and shackled him to a chair and tasered him until the cop died. Does anyone think he wouldn't be on death row? Does anyone really believe that? He'd hit death row so quick it'd make your head spin. The cop got 1 month to be served during the weekends. Whose lives matter? Whose lives matter? See, cop lives already matter. They matter so much more than the rest of us. This is why Black Lives Matter exists, to point out this inequity. And when you point it out, conservatives cry, oh, man, we're used to getting away with it. He got a month. Oh, boo-hoo. Now, other people, well-meaning people like Andrea Roth, she's an expert in the field. She thinks actually serving time on the weekends is not such a bad idea. She means it not in this context, but in the full context. She says it is a type of creative sentence, that in one sense seems a great reform move because it allows people to serve time while keeping their jobs, thus promoting re-entry and life stability. Okay, you see, but Ajibade did not get to keep his job, did not get to keep going to school. He died, right? He's dead. He's not going to do anything anymore because he's dead. But the cop, let's make sure that we protect his job. Well, you mean the job where he killed a guy, right? So now, look, he's not at that job anymore, but God knows if somebody else will hire him to be a cop while he's serving time for killing someone, right? Andrea Roth doesn't mean it in a bad way. She genuinely believes that, hey, maybe if we applied it to other people, this could be a good idea. You think we're going to apply it to anybody else? Well, I'll tell you the 2 other people that they applied it to in a second. The Guardian explains the weekend sentence is typically used for defendants who hold down a job that a judge finds socially valuable. Again, at his socially valuable job, the cop killed this kid, okay? Structuring a sentence this way can, in some cases, allow an offender to avoid negative collateral consequences, e.g. loss of employment, disrupted family relationships, that are not necessarily the intent of a particular sentence. Oh, I wouldn't want to disturb his family life and his relationships. if you kill a normal citizen and you're a normal citizen, or let alone if you kill a cop, your life is going to be disrupted. It's going to be disrupted on death row, okay? And nobody's going to be like, hey, wait a minute. He killed a cop, but should we disrupt his life? That doesn't seem right for his family relationships. But he'll have trouble getting a job. No, we're not having that conversation, okay? And nor should we be. But if a cop kills somebody, oh, God, we wouldn't want to disrupt his life. Yeah, that's the whole point of going to jail. We disrupt your life. We take your freedom away because you killed somebody. So what are the only other instances where this jail during the weekends applies? Ready? It has, for example, been used in cases related to financial fraud and sexual abuse by Catholic priests. Of course. You see, cop lives matter. Wall Street bankers' lives matter, even if they steal millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. No. Their lives matter. They get to serve their jail time during the weekends. And Catholic priests' lives matter. Even if they're pedophiles, even if they raped young kids, their lives matter. They get to serve time on the weekends. You know, your life, it doesn't matter. It ends when you're shackled and tasered to death. But don't worry, there'll be some justice. The cop will have to come in on the weekends.